Hello, everybody. Let's talk about today's price action, why I took what I took, and so on and so forth. So, first of all, this is the first trade I've taken on the personal account this whole week. I personally think the price action has been pretty choppy. There's been a lot of environmental, outside factors, right, that's been impacting the market, such as like the war stuff going on, some stuff with like memory stocks being like, Monopoly, whatever, right? All this stuff. So it was like the first day where I saw a pretty good setup. So what's my main confluence for my target is the data high. What is a data high? To me, it's if you go on Forex Factory, you can filter by the red news. That means it's going to be a high impact news. And for this one, it actually happened before the market opened. It happened at 7:30 Central, and that news event left a wick. In this case, it was a pretty decent wick. So if there's like no wick, then like there's nothing to target. But if it leaves like a nice wick, then you can use that as a draw on liquidity. And a lot of the time, even if it's just like a little wick, it will get hit, it will get ran through. So it's a pretty high probability target. So keeping that in mind, ES has been the stronger asset between ES and NQ. So we're within a 15-minute fair value gap, which you can see here, that blue box at the bottom. We had inversed the 1 minute and the 2 minute lower time frame bearish gap, confirming that the bias is continuing to the upside. And you saw that I got in a little late. I don't necessarily think that's a bad thing, right? You can get in late, just to get more confirmation that, okay, price is going in your direction. And again, I'm targeting these highs, and once these highs get hit, that's the trade, right? I'm getting out. So you'll see that we have like one slight kind of pullback, and then we shoot back up. The other thing I want to discuss, and again, if you've been watching the videos, you know, like trend lines, trend lines, trend lines, a lot of the time will get ran through. There are a lot of low resistance trend lines on the 1 minute, on the 5 minute, all below here. So to be honest, if there was not a data high, I would not be looking for these longs because right now in this current scene, you see that trend line all marked. Right, I mark it right here, and you're gonna see here in a minute, well, not in this video, but if you go look at July 2nd, you see that, and this is the pullback I was talking about, right? We pull back to go higher to take out these highs. But once we take these out, because NQ does not take these out, that means there's a SMT at the high. We run all those lows. So where I have that big long line at the bottom, those get ran through. Like pretty much in about 30 minutes after I close my trade. So that's the recap. You're gonna see I close it for I think like a 30% um win. I don't know if it's 40%. I risked about $1,000 and I got, let's see, the total profit on this trade was $404. So yeah, about a 40% return. Again, why was I in this trade to begin with? We had a news high, then a 15-minute gap, got the inversion, and got in. You don't have to be the first one in. You can wait a little bit, especially with options. It's not like it's futures where it's tracking every little thing. So options is a bit more flexible. So that was the trade recap. I'm gonna sit here and talk for a little bit so you guys can see that the trade actually does go and take those highs. I would say just be patient, right? Again, I mentioned this was my first trade of this week. I did not think the setups were high probability, so I don't just enter on the personal account for no reason. If it's a combine or a funded, then I might do that because,